It's PS4 firmware update day.
My favorite
Most
day.
significantly, PlayStation 4 firmware update 6.50 adds iOS Remote Play.
Which is a pretty big feature, and to use that new Remote Play feature, you'll need to download the accompanying iOS app from iTunes. As well as displaying the PS4 screen on your iPhone, you can use the app to control your console, use it as a keyboard to enter text, and join in voice chats using the phone's mic.
Now, as for playing PS4 games on my phone, on-screen buttons are the absolute worst way to play any sort of action game. So my question, Jonathan, is who the heck would want to play PS4 games on their phone? Remote Play to the Vita, now that made sense because you've got all your buttons and analog sticks there, but a touchscreen.
Anytime anyone mentions the Vita, my heart warms a little bit. But yes, it's unfortunate you can't pair a PS4 to your phone and play with an actual DualShock, though apparently some third-party controllers are able to work. We haven't tried out each one, but apparently some of them do work, so good for that. The idea of trying to play Bloodborne on a touchscreen, that sounds like a nightmare worse than anything you'd actually see in that game, but I don't think that's the intention of this announcement. It's not that ideal, but you could pretty easily play simpler games like Yoku Islands Express, one of Tom Mark's favorite games.
Really cute game.
Or even a turn-based RPG with a control scheme on your touchscreen. Plus, kids are spending all day in class playing Fortnite these days, so the idea that they play Fortnite through their Sony profile doesn't really hurt Sony in the long run. Plus, they could also play Apex Legends now on their phone. But you shouldn't do that, because that would be terrible, and I would lose every match even worse than I do already.
Kids, not knowing any better since forever. So the app is in the iTunes store. What about Android users?
Well, it's not announced for Android just yet, but there is a PS4 Remote Play app exclusively for Sony Xperia phones, so it's theoretically possible one day, probably.
All right, so I suppose iOS Remote Play is just another option, another way to enjoy your PS4 games. Seems like Sony and Microsoft are both trying to spread their wings a little, get their games and services on other platforms beyond their consoles.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even while Xbox has been lagging behind in console sales this generation, they've made huge strides just making their games accessible on any platform. Their Play Anywhere initiative lets you play Xbox One games on your Windows 10 PCs. Project X Cloud's meant to let you stream games to consoles, PCs, mobile devices, and if rumors are meant to be believed, even your Switch, which is kind of crazy.
Sony may be in first place, but it can't ignore everything Microsoft is doing to generate gamer goodwill. What do you think about PS4 Remote Play to iOS? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned for more from IGN Now.